Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. It's going to be a great one. I can just feel it. We're talking about Sun Wukong, the 7-day login champion. This dude out the gate, I'm just going to tell you guys, personally, he has exceeded my expectations. Very, very fun champion. Just having a ball with him here out the gate. Expect a lot more content. Obviously, subscribe for more Sun Wukong guides in the future, as well as my mini account to see what impact he has there. But first, Robert says, have you ever asked how old the oldest player in Raid is? I'm 63. I wonder if anybody is older. I'm sure somebody's got you beat out there, Robert. Chime in. I want to see the oldest Raid player that we have. I'm sure there's someone in their 80s or 90s. Who knows? Maybe even over 100 who's watching this video right now. If so, more power to you. Okay, so Sun Wukong. Let's take a look at his kit really quickly here. You can see, brand new on my account, he's Spirit Affinity. He looks really cool. There's already a skin out. They're charging like, I don't know, what is it, $15 for the skin? I have not bought it. The skin looks pretty cool. It fits with the motif. And by the way, I'm not going to go into it in detail because I love how he shape shifts or whatever he's doing there. Here it is, the Monkey King. It's actually pretty cool. The Monkey King, the whole story behind the real Monkey King is from the Journey to the West, traditional Chinese 16th century novel. There's a lot that goes into it, and a lot of his powers kind of emanate, kind of correlate with what he's doing inside the game as well. I'll have a link to that Wikipedia if you guys are interested in reading more in the description of this video. First off, his A1 has a 25% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. It increases to 50 or 75 if the target has any buffs. So a 75% stun on his A1 if they have buffs, otherwise a 50 when booked. I'm just going to tell you out the gate, I think this champion is actually worth booking, but you guys be the judge. We'll talk more about that as we go on through the video. Staff of Wonder is A2 ability on a 4-turn or a 3-turn when booked. Attacks one enemy, ignoring 50% of the target's defense, okay? I just want to start out the gate here by saying that this Staff of Wonder, so impressed with it in the arena. The surplus damage as well. You guys will see, even though it can't be critical, it's a really magical ability. This is one of the areas where I was like, whoa, okay, this is a little better than I expected. This attack will attack all remaining enemies with surplus damage if the target is killed. The attack will also ignore 50% of the target's defense, and this attack cannot be critical. So it's a 50% on the initial hit and another 50% ignore on the AoE, albeit not a critical attack. If the initial target survives, places a sheep debuff on them for 1 turn. It cannot be blocked. It can be resisted, okay? Meaning you need a lot of accuracy on this champion. We're going to take that into consideration. We're going to set him up with a Yoshi the Drunkard, an increased accuracy champion when we run him today in the arena. On the A3, now you see us. Again, a 3-turn cooldown when booked. His books are not too bad. Usually, sometimes, when they give us these freebies, which is a really cool thing that they do, you know, when they're good, right? And they've been really good lately, right? Sometimes there's like a ton of books. This isn't that bad, right? The cost of books is still bad. But, or the rarity, whatever, the scarcity, I guess, is the better word. Anyway, attacks all enemies before attacking, steals all buffs from all enemies, and places a block buffs on them for 2 turns. So it's an amazing ability, and I want to take a moment just to point out how great of an ability this is. First of all, first champion in the game to place a sheep debuff, not from Polymorph. Really cool. On the A3, when we think about any champions out there in the entire game that are stealing buffs, right? There's no ability that comes anywhere close to this ability. And stealing buffs is, well, it's really freaking cool. Let me show you some of that, because I did a little research before this video. I'm like, okay, what are the best buff stealers in the entire game? There's not much. No one comes close to him. Scartoris has an A1 AoE. Stealing 1 random buff. Stealing all buffs before attacking and placing a block buffs is a lot different than stealing 1 random buff on a 50% chance. Then you have champions like Morrigan, who will steal all buffs from 1 enemy. Not all enemies, right? The only champion, there's a couple others. There's a couple epics too. We have Ulfrig, this guy. He's got an AoE. 100% chance of stealing 1 random buff from each enemy. You know, that doesn't even, obviously it's an epic, and nor should it, but it doesn't even stack up. The only guy who's even close to buff stealing is Samar Gemcursed. On his A3, attacks all enemies, 100% chance of stealing 2 random buffs before attacking, okay? So that's the closest there is in the game to that. It's a really cool ability. When we think about arena meta right now, especially, and this guy's good outside of arena too. When we think about arena meta, I mean, think about it. There's Siffies, there's Duchesses, there's a lot of buffs everywhere all the time. So this is a really cool ability. Obviously, have to be careful of Polymorph still, but it's a really powerful ability, and he can stack up just an insane amount of buffs on it. I'm going to talk about multipliers in 1 second, but Unbeatable Wukong revives his champion with 100% HP and 100% turn meter 3 turns after they were killed. Dude, that happens really fast. All you got to do is take, 3 things happen and boom, he's back up, right? That's really crazy. It's like the cherry on top, if you will, right? The sugar on top. The spoonful of sugar? It's a spoonful of sugar that helps all the medicine go down. And then we have speed in arena battles by 28%, a great speed arena battle aura. I imagine players who just started the game and are getting this champion for free, I mean, he's going to be a hardcore arena carry for you and probably help you out pretty much everywhere else as well, right? So we talked about the uniqueness of his kit. Got that great ignore defense with a surplus damage. I'm going to stop talking about him. Let me show you how I built this dude, and then we're going to get right into it. But before that, actually, let me show you his multipliers, right? Because this is very important, right? Hellhades.com, a 3.5 godlike damage rating on his A1. So already good damage on the A1 with that stun. On the A2, we have a godlike 5 multiplier on that A2 with the surplus damage already built in, ignoring 50% of defense. What does that mean? It means that with lethal and or savage plus helm smasher, we can ignore 100% defense on the first attack and then on the surplus. That's really good. And then we have a 3.8 godlike on the A3. To give you a comp for the damage on the A3, I'm looking at a champion that has the same multiplier and around the same base attack. And you're looking at Genzen. You're looking at Genzen's A2 ability. So Steel Parting, that's around the damage that you're getting out of his A3 ability. But you have to take into consideration that we're removing all their buffs first, right? Ideally. So it works out pretty well in our favor. So I built him to be a nuker in today's video. But as I mentioned, I'm going to play this dude absolutely everywhere on my mini account. It's good. The gear is not like incredibly out of this world that you see on him right now, but it's pretty good gear. It's pretty good gear. I'm going to make it, definitely early/mid game. Stay tuned for that video. I think in 4 days, because I've been slacking logging into that account every day on this champion chase or whatever they call it. So total stats first. We have 35k, 2400, not a ton of survivability, but not awful either. We have 4500 on the attack. Again, I'm not like min-maxing him to like be my best gear. I want it to be somewhat realistic, but it is going to be the end game that I show him against good teams. We have him as fast as we could get him, right? 260. And then 103, obviously 100% crit rate is going to be mandatory on this champion. And then some crit damage as well, as much as we can get. Of course, accuracy is very important too. He's a tough champion to build, meaning that we want so much, we want some survivability, we want speed, we want crit rate, we want crit damage, we want a lot of accuracy on top of all that, right? So you kind of got to pick and choose, but of course, you can use an increased accuracy champion like we're going to do today to your advantage to make sure that we're removing all of those buffs, provide they're faster than obviously Sun Wukong. So back to the build here. We have accuracy on the banner. We have crit damage on the amulet. We have attack on the ring. We have speed on the boots. We have attack percentage on the chest. We have crit damage on the gauntlets. And then again, we're just looking for crit rate. We're looking for some speed, some accuracy on the substats, okay? Blessing on this champion, obviously I don't have him awakened, but I would probably go with Soul Reap just because I wasn't expecting all that damage too from the A2, and Soul Reap is, so I'd probably go Soul Reap. Other options, of course, he's going to have a lot of accuracy, so if you want to sacrifice some damage, you can go Temporal Chains on this champion, right, as well. We could go in PvE environments, such as Hydra Clan Boss. He could be our Brimstone champion, okay, landing that smite on our team. You know what, guys, you could also go with Lightning Cage. He's going to have so many dang buffs anyway from that A3. You could go Lightning Cage. If you want to use him as an aura lead anyway, you can make him your Intimidating Presence champion. So we named what? 4 or 5 blessings. You could go Cruelty. It really depends. Crushing Rend. It depends on how you're using him and the team around him, of course, and what blessings you already have. But I think you can make a case for all the blessings that I just mentioned, depending on how you're utilizing this champion. Now, we have him built, obviously, as a nuker here, right? We're trying to get as much attack accurate. We already talked about the stat priorities, right? So the masteries are also going to reflect that, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. You can run all these same masteries, even in a PvE environment. Personally, I think I would probably just run him just like this otherwise. Out the gate, I want to tell you, you have a choice to make with this champion. I think everybody's going to want to go offense with him, right? And then you can go defense or support. Support, there's nothing wrong with it. You can pick up the extra accuracy, Lore of Steel if you can use it depending on the build. You can come down, pick up Spirit Haste as well. In terms of other debuffs, Master Hexer or Sniper, again, he has Sheep. He has the stun, which is not going to matter, and that's about it, right? So I would probably just go down and pick up Spirit Haste. So kind of starting with Pinpoint Accuracy, Charge Focus, Swarm Smiter, Lure of Steel, Spirit Haste on the support tree if I went that direction. However, I want him counterattacking for that hard-hitting A1, but moreover, that's the stuns on that A1, right? So I went, let me push myself out of the way again here. I went down the defense side. I went Blast Proof. You know what? People used to go Defiant and then go with Improved Parry for the arena, but I see more and more people just, Resurgent is so good, and Blast Proof is so good in PvE as well, right? So I do think that, going down the left-hand side is the way to go. Personally, it's just my preference. Anyway, Tough Skin, Blast Proof, Resurgent, which is such a good mastery. And then we go Delay Death, and then we get Retribution and Deterrence, right? Both of them are going to give us a chance to counterattack, ergo doing damage and landing the stuns. On offense, we came down, we picked up crit rate, crit damage. We picked up Shield Breaker because remember, he's not going to be removing bolster sets. So I really want to keep Shield Breaker mastery on him. Increased damage inflicted to targets under shield by 25%. That's a big, big mastery, right? So I would not go, personally, Heart of Glory. I would go Shield Breaker if I'm using him in the arena. I went down with Whirlwind of Death. I went with Ruthless Ambush. Between Ruthless Ambush plus Opportunist, we can get 20% extra damage if they're under a Freeze, True Fear, Petrification. Either way, we can get at least the 8% extra damage. We came all the way down, Cycle of Violence. We went Kill Streak, and then we ended with Helm Smasher to get that juicy 100% ignore defense potential on that A2 ability. So guys, I'm going to start out with Doom Tower. Unfortunately, I've used all three of my Hydra keys. Womp womp. But the good news is, Doom Tower Hard Floor 36 is a bunch of siffies. Perfect time to showcase how you can utilize this champion in a PvE environment, okay? So get this team out of here. Come on, team. I think I just put together a team. Yes, I did. All right, let's use them. Obviously, that aura is not going to work for us there. Let's use them for this team. I do have an increased accuracy champion. We don't really need it. 400 is plenty, obviously. For new players watching, by the way, you're aiming for around 10 to 12 points of accuracy per stage of the dungeon that you're on, okay? For Doom Tower Hard, we're aiming for over 300 accuracy. For Doom Tower Normal, it does scale when you go up quite a bit, but I'm aiming for around 150 to 200 to play it safe. Anyway, here we go, guys. Just some of my favorite champions. Mithrala going in there. There you go. That's, and you can see he leads off with his A3 on auto, right? And I mean, look at all these siffies. Look at all these buffs. Nothing's happening, right? They can't buff themselves because we have block buffs. Now, if we had a much slower team than we do right now, and they went in there, and look at that. We got some sheep action now as well. Wow, that's some really good control. Sheep on the A2 or surplus damage if we kill them. Stun on the A1, remove everything on the A3. I feel like so many players are going to benefit. Where were these champions when I started this game, man? Granted, the content wasn't nearly as difficult as it was now when I started the game. There were just level 15 dungeons. That's all we got. That's all we had. Anyway, I don't think we need to watch this over and over. Let's just wait one more time for that A3, though. I think it's off. I put the auto battle on. Here it goes. Boom. As soon as their block buffs fall off, he's already back in there. He's already back in there removing them again and then placing the block buffs again. The only thing that can get in our way here, did you see that? I think that was him. I was looking at the camera, but I think that was surplus damage there. I think that was surplus. Lands a stun on that A1. Dude, this guy is nasty. Listen, what does Hell Hades give this dude? What do they give him for a ranking? 3.5. Oof. What would you guys give this to? I mean, you haven't seen him in the arena yet, but just, you know, what would you guys give him based on whatever you think, whatever you know right now? When you look at a free champion like this, right? I feel like, kind of like Artak, and again, we're going to see it right here. Hopefully we don't die. We do have two revivers on the team, so we'll be fine. But hopefully we can use that, and we're provoked. All right, let's see. I want to see that A3 one more time. It looks like it's not going to be right now. He's going to be dead for a second, okay? But when we look at a champion like this, Artak was an incredible champion that could help everybody in PvE. Let's see. Oh, there he goes. He comes in there. Now the block buffs we got control of the match again. Now he can start CCing everybody. He can sheep somebody maybe on the next move. Oh, did you see the surplus? Did you see the surplus ignore defense? That's what I was talking about. All right, we get the point. Let's end this battle. Let's see his damage. Holy mackerel. Dude. Sun Wukong just dishing out the millie. Granted, he's the only nuker, so nothing to compare him with, but that's what I was talking about in terms of that A2. Like, whoa. You can treat that as like a very formidable AoE attack in a lot of situations. If you target the enemy who's close to dying, right, we can go in there. I was platinum at the start of this video, but it's the end of the season at the time of this recording, so I already fell out. I apologize. I'm just going to go against the first team that I see here. I put him with Alika, who I really like as well. The thing about Alika is she's going to go right ahead of him, right? And so I built her a little bit faster, not as a nuker, but as a control champion. She does have a 100% crit rate, but not as a nuker. But she's going to put skills on cooldown by 2 turns. I like the idea of pairing him on a go. If you're using him on a go first team, I like the idea of pairing him with a champion like Basher or Alika, or if you have him, a Yumeko or a Warlord, because the issue is with those block buffs, Mithrala is everywhere. So she could A, resist, and she could B, come in and cleanse everybody, right? We don't want that cleanse. We want that block buffs to be up there all the time. So I like kind of pairing him with a champion like this, who has increasing the cooldown of enemy skills by 2 turns and basically living alongside the block buffs, right? Anyway, we have Yoshi the Drunkard, and we have Arbiter, right? Yoshi has his A3, where he has increased attack and increased accuracy. Now, if you don't have Arbiter yet, if you're new, just starting out, we could run him as the Aura Elite, right? And we could just have a speed booster in there like an Apothecary, okay? But I'm running them both. Let's just see how we do here. All right. Now, keep in mind, we can land that sheep even against Stone Skin on that A2, okay? So we're going to Battle Toast. That's going to give him the increased accuracy. We're going to come in here just like we said, and we're going to use Disorient. Increase cooldowns of their skills, and then they're only under 1 buff right now, Stone Skin. So let's go ahead and use the A2 instead and go right in there. The Stone Skin's gone, and now he's a sheep. What is he going to do now? You see what I'm saying? This is there's so many things you can do with this champion. So now let's go after their Reviver. With a high value target, boom. So the Drake's almost dead. Cool. You can come in here, poke away at SOD. I love you, Sil. And it is so freaking hot in here right now, guys. I apologize. These lights are killing me right now. That's what I was talking about with Mithrala, right there. She's going to resist sometimes, right? But get the counterattack, we stun UDK. That's the retribution, right? Not bad. And when we get petrified, he has the chance of doing deterrence of counterattacking as well. So we have no choice. Going to UDK. That's what I was talking about. That's why I like the cooldown, because Mithrala going to be a little bit of a pain. That's what you should be watching out for this champion, right? Cleansers. Pythion, Mithrala, the more popular ones. Elva. Just be aware, right? Obviously, they're going to be a thorn in your side to some extent. Okay, so here we go. Let's A1. We have no choice. We have to go to UDK because he's going to take the hit no matter what anyway. Let's come in here with the A2. And yeah, let's just Battle Toast it up again. Get that increased attack. Come in and, well, we're not going to, we might kill whoever we attack. We're probably going to kill her. Boom. Didn't really work there. That was a weak hit because of the affinity matchup, okay? That wasn't, I know some of you guys are like, whoa, that wasn't impressive at all, Ash. No, it's just a weak hit because of the affinity. Don't worry. All right, high value target, dead. King Galkabar, down. Next up, here we go. This team. We're going to keep working our way up to more tankier teams, some other go first teams. We're going to have a nice variety here. So I think this guy could see endgame action. Endgame action. Because of the A2, A3 is great, but because of the A2, keep in mind that A3 can also steal the stone skin, right? So come in here. Come in A2. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can kill everybody with a surplus. Oh! No big deal. Just a nice little kill on everybody. Let's do that again. Let's go against another squishier team and do the exact same thing. That was really fun. All right, so I think you can see some late game action for so many different reasons, right? Reason number one is that beautiful A2. Reason number two is you're about to see it right now if we can keep the team alive. Well, you're not about to see it right now. I lied. I was going to say you're going to see the him coming back to life as being incredibly advantageous. All right. Okay. Keep in mind that coming back to life is 3 turns, meaning, boom, oof, meaning that 3 champions have to take 1 turn each. It's not like you have to, wait for new players, don't confuse a turn for a round, right? Let's go after this squad here. They have 2 cleansers on this team, okay? So we have to be cognizant of that. Of course, you can't cleanse a sheep buff. Let's go in again. Same type of thing here. Now, Alika's not super instrumental to this team. I want to come in here. So what do I want to do? I know if I place the block buffs on everybody, they're just going to be cleansed. I can get rid of somebody. I can turn somebody into a sheep, like you know what? Let's just neutralize their, actually we killed her. We killed her. We did surplus damage, but there's 2 stone skins. I actually really like going in with that A2. And then we can come in, wait for them to buff up, right? And then we can come A3 and steal all their buffs. All right, let's poke away at their reviver here. Keep in mind, we do have a nice matchup against him as well. A3, boom, oof. That's going to be GG's. That's going to be GG's. Okay, what the heck point was I trying to make earlier? You got the stun on the A1. That A2, though, that's between the surplus damage that we've already seen on a few occasions now this video, and we haven't been going that long. You add those both together, that's really, really cool stuff, right? He's just bringing so much, and we haven't seen him really self-revive yet either. Hopefully that happens this turn. Let's see. I'm going to start again. I'm going to keep it going with as difficult teams as we can find here. Look at this. A lot of buffs. That sucks. No, it doesn't. No, it does. Let's steal them all. Look at my man. He just got like 8 buffs now, or 6. But I mean, he dies there, but guess what? Oh, no, he's dead. Oh, no. Well, we have a reviver on the team, but let's pretend this is kind of dangerous. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can survive it. Let's revive. Let's revive. I was going to get cute and be like, but let's pretend we didn't have a reviver and not revive here. Let's revive. There's always the next battle, right? I'm not going to let you guys go until he self-revives with 100% turn meter. Very effective. All right, we come in here. Now, he's upright now. And now they're all going to be toast, man. I'm just going to pick on their weakest person, and everybody's dead. That is powerful, guys. All right, guys, so I found the perfect team to attack before I let you go. We counter UDK. We can turn him into a sheep. We can steal his stone skin. We can stun him. Same thing with Mortar Macabre. We can turn him to a sheep. We can stun him. We can steal all Helicath's buffs. We can steal his annoying block damage, right? This is the perfect team to attack. And the more I play Alika on this squad too, I'm not sure if she's the perfect fit. I just kind of threw her in there because I don't know why. But I don't know if we absolutely need her. I'm going to, at the risk of activating Peril here, we don't. I'm going to use the A3. We're going to open up with the A2. And we're going to steal this stone skin and turn him into a sheep. Not steal, I'm sorry. Turn him into a sheep. We're not stealing the stone skin on the A2. But now we're in a pretty good position here. We're going to wait for Helicath to go. The fear procced. That was cool. The true fear. So now he's not going to have... I'm not sure how they have him prioritized. I don't want to risk touching Mortar Macabre, so I will just come in with the A1 there. And we'll play it safe here, guys. High value target, 1 down. Now, I'd almost rather her not kill him. That way he has a little bit of HP. We can kill everybody on surplus except for Mortem Macabre because of the stone skin. Anyway, let's go ahead and revive. Come back in here. Turn meter boost everybody again. And this is kind of an interesting point in the battle. Do I want to just try to steal 1 stone skin? Nah, I want to wait. So let's go after Helicath. We don't land the stun. 50% chance he has no buffs. But that's almost for the better. Okay, cool. This is actually perfect. Because we want him to use his A3 here. Keep attacking there. He uses A2. They don't have him prioritized to use A3. All right, we're hanging on to life, but even if we don't hang on to life, it's not a big deal, right? Let's go ahead and steal some stuff. Boom. We don't steal the stone skin, unfortunately, and his peril may have activated. Gotta be very careful here. Well, he's either gonna kill us or... let's see if we can still come through and win this, huh? All right. It's gonna be on Miss Alika. All right, extra turn. Come in here. It's too bad, too, because he would have obviously revived himself in 3 quick turns. But we chanced it with the AoE attack, and we had to pay the piper, didn't we, guys? All right, let's just get rid of Mithrala. Okay. As long as we don't activate Peril right away, I think we'll be okay here. 1 turn away. No Peril. No Peril. Okay, good. Nothing there. You know what? Let's just A1. Weak hit, and he might have gotten Peril. Let's go ahead and revive, take the extra turn. Turn meter boost. Don't you dare. Okay, good, good, good. It was just the turn meter boost, nothing else. All right, now it's a battle against Mortem Macabre for the video here, guys. Okay, still no Peril, just the turn meter boost. All right, we're 2 turns away. Unfortunately, we can't get a critical hit here on... let's try the A2. I don't think I'm going to land a stun there. All right. Okay, good. Good. Okay, I'm still waiting for the Peril to just be like, bye-bye, you're dead. It's never over till it's over with Mortem Macabre here, guys, is it? All right, let's battle Toast. Come in. Okay, we're right here. We're right in position. Boom. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video as much as I have. Boy, is this champion good. Congratulations, everybody. You all have him. You all have him. Congrats. Let me know what you think of this champion. Stay tuned for much more content on Sun Wukong here on the channel. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.